NEC Article 430.22e provides demand factors for copper loads. These factors allow for a more accurate assessment of the actual electrical demand, considering that not all copiers will operate at full capacity simultaneously. The demand factors are as follows: 25% for the first 20 kVA of load, 15% for the next 30 kVA of load, and 10% for all remaining load. To illustrate the application of these demand factors, let's consider a scenario where the total connected load of copiers is 16 kVA at 208 volts. Applying the NEC demand factors, we calculate the demand as follows. Firstly, 25% is applied to the first 20 kVA of load. Since the total load is 16 kVA, which is less than 20 kVA, we apply the 25% to the entire 16 kVA. This results in 16 kVA multiplied by 0.25 equaling 4 kVA. Therefore, the demand for the copiers is 4 kVA. Secondly, if the total connected load were higher, for example 50 kVA, we would apply the demand factors in stages. The first 20 kVA would be multiplied by 25%, resulting in 5 kVA. The next 30 kVA would be multiplied by 15%, resulting in 4.5 kVA. The remaining load would be calculated. In the example with a 50 kVA total load, this results in 50 kVA less 20 kVA less 30 kVA, which equals 0 kVA. This remaining load would be multiplied by 10%, resulting in 0 kVA. The total demand would be the sum of these individual demands, 5 kVA plus 4.5 kVA plus 0 kVA, which equals 9.5 kVA. In a situation where the connected load is 16 kVA, a simplified approach can be used because the entire load falls within the first tier of the demand factors. 25% of 16 kVA is 4 kVA. Therefore, the demand is 4 kVA. Let's analyze the initial example, where there were approximately 8 or 9 large copiers with a total load of approximately 16 kVA at 208 volts. It was initially calculated that taking the first 10 kVA at 100% and the remaining at 50% resulted in a 13 kVA demand. This required a new transformer, which was not budgeted for. However, applying the NEC demand factors provides a different result. Firstly, calculating the total demand using NEC Article 430.22e. 25% for the first 20 kVA of load. Since the load is 16 kVA, which is less than 20 kVA, the demand is 16 kVA multiplied by 0.25, which equals 4 kVA. This means the actual demand is significantly lower than the initially calculated 13 kVA. Therefore, the existing 30 amp at 208Y/120 volts applied via the 9 kVA transformer is likely adequate to support the copper loads, provided that the other loads do not exceed the transformer's capacity. It is important to note that the demand factors provided in NEC Article 430.22e assume a diversity of loads. Diversity refers to the likelihood that not all copiers will be operating simultaneously at their full capacity. If the copiers are used simultaneously and at full capacity, the actual demand may exceed the calculated value. This situation could occur during peak periods of use or during specific tasks that require all copiers to operate concurrently. To address this consideration, it is important to assess the operational patterns of the copiers. This can be done by observing the usage patterns over a representative period, such as a week or a month. Data on copper usage can be collected manually or through automated monitoring systems. The data should include the number of copiers in use at any given time, the duration of their operation, and the power consumption of each copier. Analyzing this data will reveal the extent to which the copiers are used simultaneously and their average load. If the data indicates a high degree of simultaneous usage and a sustained load close to the full capacity of the copiers, the demand factor approach may not be appropriate. In such cases, it may be necessary to calculate the demand based on the assumption that all copiers will be operating at their full capacity. Copiers may have a higher startup load than their normal operating load. This inrush current can impact the transformer and circuit breaker sizing. When a copier is turned on, it draws a surge of current that is significantly higher than its steady-state operating current. This inrush current is due to the initial magnetization of the copier's internal components, such as the motors and transformers. The magnitude and duration of the inrush current depend on the design of the copier and the characteristics of its power supply. If the inrush current is not properly accounted for, it can cause nuisance tripping of circuit breakers or voltage dips that can affect the performance of other equipment connected to the same power supply. To mitigate the impact of inrush current, it is important to consider the following factors. Firstly, transformer sizing. The transformer should be sized to accommodate the inrush current of the copiers without experiencing excessive voltage drops. This typically involves selecting a transformer with a higher kVA rating than the calculated steady-state load. Secondly, circuit breaker sizing. The circuit breaker should be sized to withstand the inrush current without tripping. This typically involves selecting circuit breakers with an instantaneous trip rating that is higher than the expected inrush current. Thirdly, soft starters. Soft starters can be used to limit the inrush current by gradually increasing the voltage applied to the copier during startup. This can reduce the stress on the transformer and circuit breakers. Lastly, dedicated circuits. Providing dedicated circuits for the copiers can isolate their inrush current from other equipment, preventing voltage dips and other disturbances. The showroom may also have other electrical loads such as lighting, ventilation, and computers. These loads should be considered in the overall electrical design. Lighting systems can contribute significantly to the overall electrical load, especially if they use older, less energy-efficient technologies. Ventilation systems, such as air conditioning and exhaust fans, can also consume a substantial amount of power. Computers and other electronic devices, while typically having lower power consumption than lighting and ventilation systems, can still add to the overall load, especially if there are a large number of devices. To accurately assess the total electrical load, it is important to conduct a thorough inventory of all electrical equipment in the showroom. This inventory should include the power consumption of each piece of equipment, as well as its usage patterns. The power consumption can typically be found on the equipment's nameplate or in its technical specifications. The usage patterns can be determined by observing how the equipment is used over a representative period. Once the total electrical load has been determined, it can be compared to the capacity of the existing electrical supply. If the total load exceeds the capacity of the existing supply, it will be necessary to upgrade the electrical system. This may involve installing a new transformer, upgrading the service entrance, or adding additional circuits. In addition to the considerations discussed above, it is also important to comply with all applicable electrical codes and regulations. These codes and regulations are designed to ensure the safety of electrical installations and to prevent electrical hazards. The NEC provides detailed requirements for the design and installation of electrical systems, including requirements for wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, and bonding. It is essential to consult with a qualified electrical contractor to ensure that the electrical design meets all applicable codes and regulations. A qualified electrical contractor will have the knowledge and experience necessary to design and install a safe and reliable electrical system. They can also provide valuable advice on energy efficiency and cost savings. By carefully considering all of these factors, it is possible to design an electrical system that meets the needs of the Copier showroom while ensuring safety and compliance with applicable codes and regulations. It is also important to consider future expansion. If the showroom is expected to grow in the future, it is wise to design the electrical system with enough capacity to accommodate future loads. This can save time and money in the long run by avoiding the need for costly upgrades later on. In summary, when assessing the electrical needs of a Copier showroom, it is crucial to accurately calculate the demand for the copiers, considering factors such as demand factors, diversity, and startup loads. It is also essential to account for other electrical loads in the showroom and to comply with all applicable codes and regulations. By carefully considering all of these factors, it is possible to design an electrical system that meets the needs of the showroom while ensuring safety, reliability, and energy efficiency. Remember to consult with qualified professionals to ensure the design and installation meet all necessary requirements.